we're going to build us an ignition wire today. First we need wire. I like Taylor solid core silicon jacket where you actually have strands of stainless going through there. You can also use a good quality resistive core wire. But what we're going to do today is we're going to replace this ignition wire with one that's just a little bit longer and uses a larger peaking cap. So this is what it looked like. I just pulled it off the Jeep for this segment. Now, the boots, you can get them from Taylor, MSD, whatever company, but these are 35-degree angle. These are 90-degree angle, and both of them have their appropriate connectors. And I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up, but this particular connector here has a large crimp area for the jacket of the wire, and then a smaller crimp area for the center of the wire. This, I would have to take and fold the center back over and crimp them both at the same time. So kind of watch for that. Again, from our previous segment when we were looking at non-resistive solid core wires, there's a ferrite ring. That would be this guy right here. Now this ferrite ring I buy from DigiKey. And the part number is 1934-1348-ND. And it's basically 410 ohm solid 7.93 millimeter inner diameter. So this fits just snugly on an 8 millimeter wire. So with that said, first thing we want to do is figure out how long we need the wire to be. Again, I said this one was a little on the short side. I'm going to use the blue because it kind of matches the engine compartment nicely. And I'm going to measure how much I need. And then, since we're going to be clipping back some of the jacket, we want to add about an inch or so. Since this one was a little short, I'm going to cut it here. So once we get that in place, you see I try to run the silicone jacket right up to the spark plug end, and then we want our stainless steel protruding right in the middle of those other guys. And then we're going to take these, and the small hole up front here is for crimping where the wire is. And then we have to just squeeze these together a little bit so they fit in. And then this part has like a double hump on top and just a semicircle on the bottom. The double hump is going to go where our outer connector kind of folds in. And we squeeze it. And as you can see, it's a nice, beautiful crimp. Now we have to put the jacket on, or the boot. So we got the big and the smaller hole. The smaller hole is going to go over the wire. Silicone spray. Then we just push it in there like this. Now we have to watch down the hole and make sure that the cup from that terminal will line up with the spark plug. And then slide our ferrite ring about 1/4 inch. Now we've got part of the wire already made. For the other end, we're going to incorporate a peaking cap. Now the peaking cap, depending on the boot, may need an extension cord. In this case, I took the liberty ahead of time of taking a piece of 18 gauge solid wire, twisting it and soldering it to the lead, trimming the excess, and then putting heat shrink tubing on it. And afterwards, I'm going to have to go back and solder wire here, put an eyelet on it so I can run it to ground, just as this one has. But in the meantime, I have to cover this amount of area, so basically back to the line. And I just want this poking out a little bit so I can cut this wire right here. Then we're going to strip back a little bit of the insulation, about the length of our crimp area here. Now when I put it together, I'm going to strip back just enough like we did before. This time I have to fold it over. Now I want to try to keep the same angle. So that means this is going to be folded back here. This will go on like this, so that again, I'm keeping the same angle as what I had on the old one. And then I'm going to slide my peaking cap lead in there, so that when I crimp it, this is easier to do if you have 3 hands, by the way. So now when I crimp it, I'm crimping the wire and the peaking cap lead. Ta-da! And then again, got the big hole and the small hole. The small hole is what we're going to slide over, so that's what we're going to spray. And slather that silicone around. And carefully. Again, we're going to look down that hole and get it aligned. Now I'm going to have to go back, add the ground wire with a peaking cap. But folks, we just built our own solid core, modern computer controlled car compatible ignition wire.